with all those talks around capturing the final frontier? Well, let's say that continues to remain a dream, as the Proteas went on to hand a humbling defeat to India by an innings and 32 runs in the very first test match and the Boxing Day test match at the Super Sport Park in Centurion. Team India were outplayed, outclassed and completely rolled over by a team that looked better prepared for this two-match test series. My name is Diya Kakkar and I'm joined by Kinshuk Kusari today, and we are going to be discussing this very first test match, and we are going to discuss as to what actually went wrong with Team India in this very first test. But before that, I have this burning question with me, and I'll just refer to this very record, which is not a very pleasing record, Kinshuk, to be very honest, because if we see India's last 5 test matches that they have played in the SENA countries, they went on to lose all of those. Be it they lost by 7 wickets versus South Africa, Johannesburg 2022. They lost by 7 wickets yet again by South Africa, Cape Town 2022. Then they went on to lose by England yet again by 7 wickets in Birmingham in 2022, and the 209-run loss against Australia at Oval, the World Test Championship final, and then this innings defeat. So 5-5 for India. They have went on to lose them all. Their last SENA victory came back in 2021 against South Africa. In this very ground itself, Centurion was their last. And ever since, we haven't been able to win what we thought, that we are able to win. We have become that kind of a team that can win, that can conquer places like these and stamp our authority. But that seems to be...
Surely we can. We as a team can. And but the way the losses have happened, you talked about that South Africa win, after which the streak essentially began. It was a very charged up series that essentially led to Virat Kohli getting sacked as the Indian captain.
Yes.
Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara were thrown out of the team. And then if you look at a pattern of how the losses have happened,
right,
the intensity of the opposition team, and we have been outplayed by that.
Absolutely.
Against Ben Stokes' England, Johnny Bairstow and Joe Root took the game away from us. At the WTC final, just the sheer tenacity of the Australian team brought us down. And this time, like you said, we got straight up outplayed by a sensational South African team, which did not even have all of its members present in the field.
Yeah, so I think there has been that lack of intensity that that we saw, let's say, back in Kohli and Ravi Shastri era, that of course lasted till 2021, our last SENA victory. And ever since, there has been that lack of intensity, that lack of intent in our be it our bowling, be it our batting. And this very first test match was an absolute display of very much that, because if we see the bowling, if we see the batting, India didn't look prepared for this very test match.
Yes, that is the thing. I don't agree that we have lost our intensity completely. Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why you lose. But like you said, we looked under-prepped. We looked completely under-prepped. We brought out Shardul Thakur, Prasidh Krishna in the test match, and they looked out of sorts. They took hours and hours to get their lines and lengths. And Rohit Sharma got frustrated, continued with Thakur and Prasidh, and then obviously Indian batters just did not score enough runs.
And yeah, I mean, it looked like both of the teams were batting on a completely different pitch. Like the same team where you saw it took us 108.4 overs to scalp 9 wickets. Whereas on the other hand, the South African bowlers, they were breathing fire. Be it Kakiswar Rabada with his 5-wicket haul. Nandre Berger, he was making his debut and he had an absolutely amazing debut. And India was skittled out completely within just 34 overs in the third innings of the test match.
Yeah, I think like both innings combined, we did not play the overs that South Africa played in just one innings.
Absolutely.
Something like that, nearabouts, I think. So yeah, I think essentially we have to work on a lot of things. We have to get into the groove once again. I understand that the World Cup losses happened and it has hurt everyone in the Indian team. As soon as we snap out of it, the better.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it was time for us to finally move on from that. And, this win could have, given the fans that cheer. The team would have, it would have brought back that cheer back into the team. But really didn't happen for us, and it feels bad that how, it was just completely a one-sided affair. After a really long time, I was seeing a match like that, and it was just not something, that the fans would.
It was a hard watch.
It was a hard watch. Indeed, it was a hard watch. But now the second test match, let's just move on from this as well. And the second test match will be played on the 3rd of January, and we hope that this team will, come back together as a unit, play together as a unit. Even I wanted to discuss that Avesh Khan has been introduced into the bowling attack this time. So I think, is he going to break into the playing 11 this time, knowing Prasidh and Shardul have not been up to the mark?
I think we will see if Jadeja is fit to play, which I think he's fit to play. I think bowling changes will be made. And I hope Avesh Khan does play because he has worked incredibly hard in the Indian domestic season.
Absolutely.
I hope he gets a chance to be like the hit the deck bowler that he is in South Africa.
That we would need something like that as well. And as Rohit Sharma also mentioned that Jasprit Bumrah lacked the kind of help, that aid that he needed from the rest of the bowlers. Let's see if we'll find that in the very second test match and the last test match that will be played. Of course, India is not going to win the test series, but let's see if we'll be able to level this series, and it's going to be a new year, a new test match, a new day for the Indian team. So let's see how the second test match pans out. This is me, Diya Kakkar, with Kinshuk Kusari, wishing you all a very happy new year, signing off for India Today Digital.